Hi class, for this DS-106 project audio, I'm going to do a podcast. It's going to be a story of how I left San Francisco and moved to Los Angeles and some of the colors and sounds that I experienced when I moved to LA. It's about 3 minutes long and the script was pretty interesting to write, but I really want to test out my skills with adding audio, sound effects as well as music in the storytelling atmosphere, kind of like what we did for the reading. I think it really helps with telling the story. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and here it is. Tan, an ode to Southern California's wilderness. Growing up in the Bay Area, I was always told that Los Angeles is an ugly, dirty city, unsophisticated and dangerous. When I was 24 years old, I decided to move to Los Angeles for a job opportunity. The first thing I noticed as I descended down the 405 into the LA basin was the tan and washed out color of the city. It was blanketed in haze, light brown. The houses and skyline were also tan. It was honestly a little gross. My first apartment was literally a stone's throw away from the 10 freeway, one of the busiest highways in LA County. From my bedroom just 80 feet away was the incessant hum of traffic and the smell of burnt tires. Over time, the soot stained my white walls tan. I would commute every day to downtown along this freeway and then back home again in the hazy tan of Los Angeles. Over time, I forgot the sound of running water and the sight of green trees. Over the years, my eyes grew accustomed to the hazy tan of the city, the washed-out tans of buildings and aged by exhaust. When I was 30, I moved to the Hollywood Hills. They are the tan hills north of the LA basin that trap the smog in the valley. The Hollywood Hills are actually a part of the Santa Monica Mountains, and the Santa Monica Mountains, in turn, are the foothills of a much greater Traverse Range that extends 100 miles east through the San Gabriel and San Bernardino Mountains. I started to hike these mountains since it was only about a half-mile away from my house. These environments in these hills are mainly chaparral, made up of dry, tan scrub brush. The stunted trees are also tan and gray, coastal oak, and hardy waxy bushes. The more I hiked the tan wilderness, the more I understood it. I've hiked over 500 miles through the tan wilderness of Southern California along the Pacific Crest Trail, from the Mexican border in the small desert town of Campo, through the tan, scrubby mountains of the Cleveland Forest, to the dry summit of Mount Adams. I did not pass a stream for the first 100 miles. I ascended and descended mountains, dry and scarred. I walked the tan and rolling San Felipe Hills. Rarely did my eyes travel across a color other than tan, the color of desert dust. In the vastness of the tan wilderness, I found peace. I found a place so quiet that I could hear my heartbeat. The desert is austere and indifferent to your needs. The tan wilderness of Southern California stretches for over 800 miles north, all the way to the high Sierras. Tan is the color of the rocks. Tan is the color of the coyotes and rabbits that stalk these vast expanses. Tan is the color of the resting snake. Tan is the color of the autumn sun as it sets on a hazy afternoon. Tan is the color of the earth in the desert. Tan is the color of me after years in the sun. You can have your High Sierra and your Appalachian Trail. You could have your waterfalls and evergreen forests in Washington. I will keep my tan and cracked wilderness of Southern California.